Hello everyone, today we are going to install another Linux distro. Today, it's not going to be Elementary OS. Shit, I need to get this DVD lid off. Excuse me for a second. So I got my spindle of DVDs off. Let's see. We're going to load. Ubuntu Studios, nope. Perl OS Mate, nope. Okay. I am missing a DVD here. And I know I'm missing a DVD. So we're going to move things. Alright. Windows 7. There's Windows 7. I don't know what this one is. Hang on just a second, guys. I'm going to look for the Perl OS disk. The other Perl OS. Got Ubuntu Studios 15. I'm missing a DVD, so I'll be right back. Okay, looks like I only have a choice of Perl OS Mate, which is the 64-bit version. And don't worry, guys, this is the AMD 64 version. I'm just going to open up the disk drive. And we're going to go, you son of a bitch. Okay, going to boot this up again. Alright. Loading boot menu. Okay, so get this shit out of the way. F2 to continue. We want the disk drive, and yes, okay. And don't worry, guys, I don't have an external hard drive plugged in right now. The main reason I want to go to Perl OS is because the fact that it looks like kind of a Mac OS X kind of distribution. So we're gonna go to that. And it's loading off of 2 monitors right now. So, and yes, this has dual monitor support, so one monitor is darker than the other. Alright, so shit. Okay, so we have Perl OS being booted up here in live mode. So when we get a little further in, I am going to start the video again here. Okay. I've had this happen before. Just locked up and froze. Let's try this again. This may be an all utter fail. This may have to be done quite a few times. Alright. This computer has fits every once in a while. So it's kind of hard to load an operating system on it. Okay, F2. Go ahead and load again. If it even does anything. I highly doubt it. Fucking disk drive, I tell ya. Let's try the bottom drive. Alright. I'm going to try the bottom drive instead, because the top drive seems to have an issue. Okay, that's Elementary OS. Okay. Is this disk going to load? We'll find out. Okay, it loads. Alright, boot up the live system. Alright, this may take a while, guys. Because unfortunately, I don't have all day. Alright. Got both screens now. This other drive is very quiet. But it's working. It's working. As you could probably tell, it is working. So. This HP is pretty old, let me tell you. It's pretty old. It takes a while for things to work. We're still spinning, so obviously it's still working. The moment we stop spinning, then we worry. Okay, so we are still spinning right now. Alright. The thing about loading off of DVDs, it does take a while. The network initialized, looked like. But we still have the splash screen on our screen, which is not a good sign when you have a splash screen on your screen. Yeah, not a good sign. Which means I cannot move to the next step because I see the network initialized. But as far as this goes, it's dead in the poo-poo water. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take it out of the bottom drive. This may take a few tries. So I'm going to pause this video. Come on. Release, you bitch. Okay. Alright, so we're going to pause and we're going to try this again. Like I'm going to say, this HP is being complicated. I've never had a computer to be this complicated before. Alright. Boot menu and go. And go. If this doesn't work, then I'll keep Elementary on the computer. I don't want to have to try and fight with this, trying to get something to work properly. When you think about it, guys, loading Linux on a computer is a pain in the ass, especially from one from 2006. So, if you guys are wondering, yes, it is a pain in the ass. I've never had a distribution reject before, especially one like this. So, anyways, we'll see what happens here. Normally, the network isn't supposed to initialize until it gets to a desktop, or when you get a blank screen, and then it goes to the desktop. In this case, it's just sticking right onto the splash screen instead. So now the network initialized way too quickly. Is this going to be third time's the charm? Or fourth time the charm? Are we going to... Oh! We got somewhere! Finally, we got somewhere. Alright, so after a few tries, I finally got somewhere. Why is the pointer... Okay, the pointer changed to black now. And now we got the beach ball of death. You guys might not be able to see that because it's apparently whited out. This is a long video. This is a long video. There's Perl OS in all of its glory. Well, almost all of its glory, if it ever comes up. Wi-Fi network available. I will have to enter that in later. I'm not too, I'm not too, worried about that right now. Let's try and install it. Okay. Let's try and install it here. If it will allow us. I'm pretty sure. Okay. It will. Continue. I already know exactly. We'll just continue. Okay. Continue. I'll install third-party software later. I'm not too worried. Let's see. Install alongside Elementary OS in Luna. Let's try that once, or let's just erase the disk and let's go ahead and, well, actually let's try and install it alongside it once. Now let's go back. Let's go ahead and erase it since I don't have much on there. Yes, I want to continue. Okay. New York, no, I'm not in New York. Denver, no, I'm not in Denver. Are you going to get the right one? Okay, there we go. Alright. US English. I'm going to enter in a name. So I will be right back. Just have to get past this part. And there we go. We're copying files. So this may take a while. Alright, so we're installing Perl OS onto the hard drive now. As you guys can see right down there, we're installing. Okay, so the copying files does take a while. Every once in a while you're going to want to reinstall Linux every once in a while. I think, this does have the menu style kind of like Mac OS X. Also, you're gonna, want to have some good stuff, So, as we're still copying files over, this may take a while. So I'll come back when we start installing the operating system. Okay, so it's still in the file copying process. And what I've noticed about this version of the distribution, it will not install a 32-bit version of Skype. What will happen is it will error out and blame it on your network connection. So I've come up with a viable solution. I will be using the Skype for web on this computer, because the fact that this won't run a lot of 32-bit applications under Linux. This will only run the 64-bit native applications. So that's the downside of 64-bit Linux. You have to get 64-bit versions of the software, or the software packages. That's what I found out. So any, let's just say, version of Skype with being 32-bit will not work. And then again, I have tried it, but it will not work. Just to let you guys know, it will not work. You have to use Skype for web, but all in all, it ain't bad. You know, if you use Skype for web, you can actually make a shortcut if you wanted to. I don't know how that works in Linux, but you can definitely do something with it. You could definitely do something with it, but anyways, like I said, still copying files, and yeah, you like the buttons. It looks very Mac OS-ish, if you catch my drift. So it is 3:36 p.m. now. Hopefully we'll have it installed by hopefully we'll have it installed by 4 p.m. or something like that, give or take. So anyways, I will continue the video in just a bit. Okay, so now we're installing the operating system itself. The DVD had to take a little bit of time to initialize, but we are getting it installed. Okay, so got the cat in here too. Hi, buddy. All right. Anyways, everything is loading. USB storage module, configuring hardware, etc. So within a reboot, we're making pretty good time too. So within a reboot, we should be installed and all that cool stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So yeah, anyways, yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so anyways, we're gonna wait for the hardware configuration to finish. Alright, there we go. Installing system now, and we should be about done as far as this goes. It did take a while to get the DVD drive to do something, because normally it will pick it up right off the bat, but I don't know, I guess sometimes when the DVD drive needs to do something, but I mean, you're talking about an older computer, 2006-ish. You know, you're gonna have components that take a while to warm up, and etc. So you guys pretty much got a long video out of this, regardless of whether or not it was going to work or not. So finally got it to work, but you know, okay, now we can restart. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Let's restart. Let's going to ask me to remove media. It calls me super user. Oh gosh. The system is going down. Okay. Alright. We're going to just hit the power button. And we're going to see if it works. Alright. Since it ejected it, we're just going to see if it works. I'm just going to stop this clip because we don't want it going on 5 minutes. Don't delete. Okay. Alright. Something was broken. So, force quit. So something was wrong with the clock. I can't fucking believe it. But we'll fix that. But first I gotta do my network. So, we'll be right back. We'll pick up my network here. Hopefully. Hey, we got network connection. Alright. So let's just see what's going on with the fucking clock here. Why it didn't work. So we got no clock. We got no clock. Oh boy. We're gonna have to install a new clock. Alright. Control center. Date and time. Let's see what's wrong with it. Okay. Everything seems to be working okay, but I just don't have a visible clock. Okay, so let's go to let's see here. It's the time and date. Unlock. Okay, so everything seems to be running fine, but I don't get why I don't have a clock. Did it screw up in the middle of install, or what the deal is? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close. Alright, that fucked up. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to restart, because the clock, I need a new clock, son of a bitch. So let's reboot this. I need a drink. Have you ever had so much freaking mucus in your throat that you had to take a drink every 5 seconds? Okay, so something went wrong, but it isn't affecting on how the operating system is working. This is strange because it is supposed to work. There we go. Now I have a clock. Okay, something just went wrong on first boot up. So now I have a clock. And now we can take a look at Perl OS. Okay, so upon first boot up, you're going to see dock, which is right down here. This is your dock. I don't have it set for dual monitors yet, which I'm going to do once I get the additional drivers installed. But you could go here and do additional drivers. What that's going to do, it's going to search for available drivers. So let's just say if you want to run dual monitors, you'll have to do search for what drivers are available. So as it's searching, which is supposed to be searching right now, okay, so we could either use the NVIDIA binary driver or we could use the legacy driver. So I would have to say, let's use the legacy driver and we'll apply changes. I have to enter in my password. Okay, so we're going to apply changes to the driver. So this will allow me to do dual monitors. So as we're applying changes, and we have now applied changes, but it's still going to revert back to the default display driver, but it does actually see what I have as a graphics card, but it is not going to do the additional drivers. I do not know why it won't do that, because every other install that I've done would give me the additional drivers, and I'm able to set the additional driver that's needed. But this version of I just want this to close. Close, please. Thank you. Alright, so anyways, just go about me. There's my deal. Right there. Okay. So, additional drivers will not configure. Big whoop-de-doo. Okay. The thing about this distribution, things don't like to close. You have to force quit them. So that's what we're going to have to do. Alright. That doesn't work. Son of a bitch. Okay. Tell something to quit, it doesn't quit right away. That's the weirdest thing. But anyways, this video went on long enough. This is just me installing Pearl OS. Anyways, guys, that will be it for this video. Peace out and practice and enjoy.